we went for leggings.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Wait a minute, everybody go like this. What does that mean? It means you're breathing, right? All right, let's hear this again. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right. My name is Karrette Hill, and I am a one-year cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in November of 2016. I actually found the lump myself and intended to go to the doctor, eventually, because it was almost time for the checkup, and kind of forgot about it. And then about a week later, in the mail came a letter that said, "It's time for your mammogram." Got my mammogram, and of course, I was diagnosed with stage 2B breast cancer. Lots of emotions. It's like a punch in the gut when you hear those words from the doctor. But finding out about the manner of which I would go for treatment, finding the right doctors, finding the right support, having the support of my friends and my family made it that much easier for me. I went through chemo, I went through radiation, and it was tough. I lost my hair, because I was really worried about losing my hair. But I never lost my hope. I held on to the fact that I was going to make it through. I held on to the fact that it wasn't going to beat me. And so I fought through it. Now, let me back it up, because I should have been looking at my notes. Interestingly enough, I had been walking and helping to raise funds for about almost 20 years. Starting with Central Park when this thing first started, way back when. I don't know if anybody else has been doing that. And back then I was walking in honor of my grandmother, who also died of ovarian cancer, walking in honor of my mother-in-law, who had breast cancer. And while the story, and I attended breakfast, their kickoff breakfast when they had them, and the stories were touching, and I identified with them because I knew people, but then it happened to me. And it became very personal. And it let me understand what I was doing this for, because I experienced it firsthand, the help that you can get from American Cancer Society. When I was nervous, I would go online and I would look. I didn't look too much because it would make you crazy. But a trusted site was the American Cancer Society site, and we would find some information. When I lost my hair, one of the blessings was the free wig program. I actually was able to call, and when I called, and on the other end of that line was a woman who said, "Hi." And I told her what I wanted, and she said, "Well, I too am however many year breast cancer," and she was doing the program, and so she was able to encourage me. When I went for the wig, to choose my wig, they were there, they were able to encourage me. So I saw firsthand what the funds that we are working to raise does for someone like me, who was going through it, who was terrified, right? I saw exactly what we were doing. It made it tangible. We weren't just walking just to walk or to give money. We're really making a difference in people's lives. So you have to understand that what you're doing is so important. It's needed, and we need to grab more people to help us, because my mission is to make sure that before I leave this earth, that cancer is gone, period, end of story, annihilated. So, all of that being said, it's been quite a journey. And again, I say it was scary. Chemo was horrible, but the support was unbelievable. And it made me again believe, that there is purpose to what we're doing here. But I gotta tell you that it didn't get me down. And I say that cancer came, I fought, and I won. Yeah. I kicked cancer's butt. Yeah. As I was going through it, and the one thing, and I will leave with you, is that as I was going through this, the one thing that kept me going was the scripture that says that all things work together for good of them that those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So while cancer came to take me out, it worked for my good because it introduced me to a sea of people who cared. It introduced me to some rocking caregivers at Overlook Medical Center. It introduced me to some new friends in the American Cancer Society, making strides in Parsippany and New York. And I made it through with them, with my faith, my family, my friends, but on focusing on the end results, right? Even when I wanted to give up, there was this power within me that kept me pushing through to my destiny, which was to be cancer-free. So what I want to say for those, if there's anybody in this room going through cancer or any thing right now, I want you to tell you something. I want you to know that you have to battle, you have to fight, and you have to never give up, no matter what it looks like. Get your head in the game. Get your head right, and your body will line up and it will follow. You have to fight. Do not give up. And if there's anybody in this room that has someone that's going through this, you be their hope. If you see them going down, you strengthen them. You give them the will to fight. Because we need you. So I just want to encourage you to know that what you're doing is not in vain. And in closing, I want to say thank you to my very special, who I call my nursemaid, my husband. Because he was my hope when I didn't feel like I had hope. And to my friends that stood by me, the ones that are here and the ones that are not, and to my cousin and my new friends, I want to just thank you all. Because you were like the other people in this room who are trying to help people. And you helped me get through this. And so like the slogan says, what unites us ignites us. That means that when we can identify with something and agree that it's a cause worth fighting for, a fire gets lit inside of us, right? And it starts to spread like wildfire, and it can't be extinguished. So that means that because of that, I'm going to continue to support this cause. And I'm asking you all to grab somebody else and join me in the fight as we work to rid the world of cancer, period, end of story. Got it? You got a plan?